Hi, we're BancBox, and today we'd like to show you what we call an API to the US banking system. Let's say you're a hot fintech startup with lots of customers, and the next level of innovation is you'd like to offer payment processing or banking services in your product and offer them to your consumers. Well, how do you go through the process of integrating those services? If people have done it, you know that it's challenging. Historically, you might start by reaching out to a bank, and in turn, a bank would likely refer you to what's called a core payment processor. And if you're not aware, a core payment processor is a large, multi-billion-dollar business that specializes in bank automation and payment services. Now, in particular, because there's several of them out there, let me just say, and I got to be careful here, they are very well respected and they're very good at what they do. But they're very focused on working with banks and large institutions. At BancBox, we're focused on working with fintech startups. We know the challenges that fintech startups face because we've gone through it ourselves. If I could, I'd like to show you, this is a proposal that we got for offering banking services in our product from a core payment processor. So this proposal, it's not too heavy, but it has a 5-year contract, monthly minimums, setup fees, development fees, and the worst of all was a schedule that required 12 months to integrate and launch our services. And if that's not enough, once you go through all that, you might get these nice, touching welcome letters from state banking departments all over the country inquiring whether you need money transmitter licenses to move money. It's a real challenge. So at BancBox, we want to make it simple. We have created a platform, a banking-as-a-service platform. We want to make it easy for fintech startups like you to integrate payment processing and banking services into your product. We can take care of the banking and regulatory plumbing so you can focus on innovating great products for your customers. So you might ask, what will BancBox allow me to do? We'd like to take a few moments to demonstrate for you some of the features of BancBox. The first is the ability to create or open bank accounts that are FDIC insured for all of your customers. The second is to move money nationwide in compliance with state and federal laws. And the third is to do the first two programmatically through the BancBox APIs or directly through our UI. So let's get into a demonstration. The first, the opening of a FDIC-insured bank account. Let's imagine this sign-up screen is your website, mobile app, or internal CRM, and we want to open up a bank account for Sally Smith. You'd start by collecting the necessary information, her name, social security number, date of birth, address, and bank routing and account number. You then would submit that to BancBox via our APIs, and here the BancBox API, or the enrollment API, will collect that information. We're just refreshing, and now BancBox has Sally Smith's information. And now we go to the next step of opening a bank account. We'd first open up the deposit agreement that Sally filled out to make sure that all of the contract terms are correct and that it's signed, either e-signature or wet signature. And assuming that's correct, then we do what's called the OFAC and the CIF. And OFAC makes sure that Sally Smith is not on some money laundering or terrorist watch list. And CIF, or CIP, Customer Identification Program, verifies that Sally Smith is who she says she is. And we validate for four-factor validation primarily on date of birth and social security number. And so BancBox, we've integrated with the Experian Precise ID service, which gives us a real-time query to validate both those data fields. So here, we've just done that query, and voila, Sally Smith now has an FDIC-insured bank account, and you are able to move money in and out of that account based on your business need. So that's opening FDIC-insured accounts. It's online, it's easy, and it only takes a minute, and it's easy to integrate. So let me go to the payment processing part. As I mentioned, we can move money around on a nationwide basis in compliance with applicable laws. We'd like to show you how we've done that with one of our recent integrations for a company called LoanBack. So LoanBack is a loan documentation service that allows you to do an amortization schedule and a promissory note for a peer-to-peer loan. Now, within less than 2 weeks of work with one of their front-end engineers, they've integrated the BancBox payment API to not only offer this Loan Builder Plus service, which is the documentation plus an automated payment service. So now a lender can require its borrower to automate repayment of a loan, either on a monthly or weekly basis. Now, we've enabled this by allowing Loanback to register a bank account with us. So they're registering a bank account with us. Next, we're going to show the verification of ownership of that account via challenge deposits. I guess that screen's not there, but we do have challenge deposits. And the third is scheduling future payments to the lender. So what this has enabled Loanback to do is go from a one-time $30 fee for loan documentation to generating over $200 of recurring revenue over the life of the loan by integrating payment services. And we've offered a very valuable service to lenders and borrowers. So that's payment processing with BancBox. It's nationwide, it's compliant, and it's easy to integrate. The third thing is we know that to get these services, you're going to need support. So we do our best to support your customers and you. We support your customers through a toll-free live agent telephone service where your customers can call, talk to someone on the phone, ask questions about their account or transactions. And our representatives can act as representatives of your company if you so choose. And secondly, we support you. We support you by publishing a full set of APIs, and we're happy to schedule sessions with our integration team to see how we can get you started. So that's BancBox. We have a lot more under the hood, but I hope that gives you a flavor of what we do. I'd like to leave you with a few facts about BancBox as a company. We're just getting started, but we have a couple dozen customers in the debt relief industry. We already have tens of millions of dollars of customer deposits that we hold. We're processing nearly 1 million transactions per month. We're cash flow positive, and we have a robust product roadmap and adding new functionality all the time, and we hope to be making some new announcements soon. So here at BancBox, we'd like you to think of us as your API to the banking system. We'd like you to focus on innovating great products, and we'll take care of the banking and regulatory plumbing. Thank you very much. We look forward to talking to you after the show.